We'll be there quick.
Hello, we're live. How's it going?
Hello, and hi, Anastasia.
Hello, Anastasia.
You're the first one here.
Woo-hoo. And my name is Heather. I have a YouTube channel. What's your name?
Well, my name is Anne Marie, and I have a YouTube channel.
Ooh, we have to remember to introduce ourselves, even though I feel very awkward introducing myself. But I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah, I don't do it either. Oh,
I never do it.
Yeah, there's certain things that we forget. That I know I do forget. Hello, Jenny Rose.
Yay, we have friends. Hello. Thank you for joining. Oh, Gary too. Hello.
There he is.
So would you like to get our video up and then I can tell our friends what we're watching?
Okie dokie. Where are we?
We are watching, yay, the Beach Boss influencers. We've covered. Sorry.
No, I'm just laughing because Anastasia says, I don't have a YouTube channel, but you are here.
Yes.
And, Chew. Nice. We're getting, good. Everybody's coming in.
Yeah, lots of friends. Yeah. So this is a group of MLM coaches named the Beach Boss Influencers. They do a podcast. We've covered a few of those on my channel so far. This is Unleash Your Inner Badass, all focused on personal development. And there is trigger warning, broad mention of trauma and mental health related issues. It's broad though, it's nothing super specific. But yeah, if you don't want to listen to that, you can skip this one. And yeah, that was my trigger warning. That's my introduction. So this is on both streams. So if you're on my channel right now, it'd be great if you could go and visit Anne Marie's channel during the stream as well, if you don't mind. I just put it in the chat there, and you can like her stream as well and watch some of the stream on her channel too. That would be awesome.
Because I don't know if anybody comes to my channel because I don't look. I should look while we're doing this. I don't look because
I think they do. I think they do because I think mine is like the little symbol on the upper right. Anyone without the little symbol, I think, is your channel. I think. I don't know for sure, though.
Yeah, I don't want to click anything while we're live because I'll lose us right away.
My understanding, for every one of our streams that we've done together, I've always seen people from your channel. So you've always had people.
Oh, good. Then we both do. That's great. So we have Mr. Ranger and Elaine. Hello.
So many friends.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm ready to go, and I'll just wave at you when I'm ready, when I would like you to pause.
Okay, so we're all set. And let me know, tell us if you can hear it. You should be able to, but just say if you can't, then just let us know.
And we also have it on 1.25 speed because it is kind of, they talk slow. So tell us if it's too fast. And Gary said hello from your channel. He went over to visit you.
Oh, no, he did. Thank you. Hello over here, too. How sweet. Thank you. Aw, that's nice.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okie doke, here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Unleash Your Inner Badass. And we are the Beach Boss Influencers. It's a coaching community for entrepreneurs and network marketers where we teach you how to stop chasing everyone and how to start attracting not only people, the right people, the money, the success, everything that you want in life. And today we're going to talk about something.
What were you saying?
Oh, I said it scared me, and I wasn't expecting that after I've seen this a couple times already, basically, getting ready and all, but it still scared me. How stupid.
Isn't it funny? Every MLM coach I've ever seen says the same thing. They're the one that can teach you how to do MLM without chasing people. Fraser says the exact same thing too. They all say the same thing. They're all exactly the same.
You have to chase people. Otherwise you'll have nobody. And then Lisa said she was on both of them at the same time with different devices.
That's so nice.
So sweet. All right. Are we ready to go back?
Yes.
Okie doke.
Something that happens to everyone. It's actually what triggered this conversation. I got an email yesterday from one of my mentors. And when I saw the subject line, it shook me to the core. I'm like, this person can see through me through the web, like through the email. I'm like, what the heck? So it's really touched me. I mean, he's a good copywriter, obviously, but it touched me deeply. And when I was reading the email, I was like, yep, this is me. This is me. This is also me. And I realized that there's so many things I need still to work through, right? To become whoever I want to become, to get things from life that I want to get. And Brandy got a good point. Like, at what point do we stop, like, improving ourselves and setting the bar higher and higher, right? So what we're going to talk about today is, are you like all of us?
Yes.
That's a good question. When do we ever stop trying to improve? In MLM, are we ever done improving? Are we ever done with our personal development training? I wonder.
No, never. It's just never, because they always constantly want you to keep, like trying to beat yourself or, like challenge people on your own. But then, oh, that's okay. Oh, she didn't get
Hi,
anything.
Lori.
Hi, Lori.
No problem.
Oh, that's so sad when they don't do that.
I know.
So yeah, the self-improvement is never enough, and you're never done, because there's always something you could have done better. So it's baloney. So yeah, you just constantly do it.
And I think there's value in wanting to improve, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's also value in being content with where you are. They're talking about, oh, don't let your introverted personality define you, but you can say, like, I'm happy being an introvert. I accept that I'm shy, but I'm still going to push myself a little bit and try to socialize with new people. But you can still be content with your personality. Like, we don't need to change our personalities.
Yeah.
I don't know what my point was. Sorry.
No. And that's basically what they want you to do for MLMs anyway. They keep trying to get you to change little pieces, just, constantly like that. But when you do it for yourself, your own personal, like self-improvement, it's not the same. It's totally different, because you're not trying to sell people stuff, on you. So yeah, their personal training is always just about the MLM.
Yeah, totally. I'm ready.
Okay.
And me in particularly, hiding behind the masks that used to serve you in the past. And it could be like, I'm introverted, or I'm not organized, or I'm procrastinator. So all those things actually not who you really are. They're the masks that you were wearing probably all your life to fit in, to please other people, to achieve, to feel loved, to feel in control, whatever else that you needed in life. We created those masks and we wear them so comfortably. And sometimes it feels like, well, this is just who I am. This is my personality. But in reality, those masks no longer serving you, and they're actually holding you back. So are you going to do something about it? Or you're just going to go with the flow and be who you are and think that, well, there's nothing I can do. It's just who I am. And also, at what point you stop and you're like,
did you wave at me?
Oh, no, I was just fixing my hair. However,
I saw this. Okay. Yeah, since she stopped with her masks, people don't wear a mask for procrastination. If you're a procrastinator, I know I am. There's no mask behind that. You just procrastinate, and it's very annoying. You just got to stop doing it. But how, right? So some of the things that she's saying that are a mask, it's not. I don't even know what she means by that. It makes no sense to me.
I think it could be blaming us when we don't find success because, we're just looking for affirmation. We're looking for love. We're looking to feel safe, and we don't feel safe yet. So it's our fault that we're not making money in our MLM because we're just using this mask as an excuse. And it could just be who we are. And if we're looking for ways to feel accepted and feel safe, maybe that is like a coping mechanism. Maybe that's an issue that we need to discuss with a therapist, why we need people's approval so much. Mm-hmm. And that can't be addressed with the Beach Boss influencers. If we're looking for love and acceptance, we might be missing something in our lives.
That's very good. That's a wonderful explanation. I can see all that. Sure. Well, thank you for clearing that up for me, because I was really confused by it, honestly.
I'm in a bit of a blabby mood today, so not everything may make sense, but I'll try.
Well, that made sense.
Oh, thank you. I'm ready.
Well, I'm happy just the way it is. I don't need to improve anything. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Who wants to open the can of worms today?
Well, I love it because I think it falls in line with your identity, right? We have this identity, and we have both, and we actually have two different identities There's an external version of ourselves, and then there's also an internal version of ourselves. And when our external identity doesn't match our internal identity, that's when we're actually stuck. That's when we feel stuck. We feel like we can't move, we can't be ourselves, we can't grow a business, we can't grow a team, we can't, regardless, we feel stuck and at times it's discomfort. You can also feel fear. You can feel kind of all the negative emotions is when things start coming out, and you end up having a negative experience with whatever you're doing. And it's because there's the disconnect between the outer version of you and the inner version of you. So it's how do we, I don't want to say convince. What's the word I'm looking for? But maybe convince is the word. How do we convince? How do we align? Yeah. How do we align with who we want to be and who we actually are?
And sometimes we don't even know who we want to be. We don't
know who we are.
What does that mean? What is outer versus inner? Do you know, like, for you, do you know what that would be?
I think she's just talking about like the faces that you show to people in public are completely different than what you show at home. That's what I was getting out of it. But
okay.
I mean, you act appropriately for where you go. If you go to a mall, you kind of do your shopping or whatever. And if you go to a library, I don't know, these days it's very different. You don't have to be as quiet as you used to, but in a library, you're going to be very quiet and calm and, do what you need to do. And then if you're at a party, you're going to be all happy, and having fun. So that's the way I'm taking it, is that you have to, everybody has appropriate, I guess, ways that you act in certain things. And in an interview, you're not going to sit there and sing, so that's what I'm thinking she means by it. But it's still then pertaining to the other one, then to me, it sounds like, is it a mask now? Based on how you explained it, that was really good. So I don't know. She sounded like to me like it was another mask or something. And there's Mark. Hello.
Yay. I don't really understand it though. Like with the way how you explained it, I think that makes sense in day-to-day life, but in the MLM context, comparing it to us building our business, I don't really see how that applies.
Maybe you just fake it till you make it, like they always tell you to do. So you pretend that you are, this high up, whatever, on the totem pole thing, and that kind of thing, and show everybody that, because when you want to recruit people, you have to, show like as if it's really, making you money and you'd want to join this and it's fantastic and all that. So to me, it's false, as we know, but I'm thinking maybe that's it too then.
Okay, interesting. I first time I heard something along those lines was Bill Britt from Amway. He used to say, speak what isn't as if it were, right? So speak yourself into your diamond rank and then it will come true. Ray Higdon says, behave like your future is your present. And so maybe by aligning our outward self and our inward self, it means we're acting like we are successful, so we magically will be, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confusing myself.
That's okay. Aligning your real self with your fantasy self. If fantasy self is being a hun sort. Yeah. Okay. I wish my fantasy self lived. She does everything. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then we have Nomi.
Hi, Nomi.
Where am I? Oh, there we are.
I love Cena's username, Cena, aka Potato Supreme. I think that's so cool.
That's hilarious.
Makes me laugh so much.
And see, Lori, she thinks you're right. That makes total sense.
Okay, like just pretend that you're living the life you want, and then it will magically appear.
Right, and that doesn't always happen, because to me it gets into that manifestation woo-woo stuff, which you manifest.
You see what Elaine said? Let's read this.
Let's see. Adrienne Lindeen, bottom right corner. She has the same record with an X on it. I forgot who does that funnel training or some kind of MLM training. He is young.
Russell Brunson.
Oh, wow. You're good. How do you know these people's names?
I love the coaching side of this stuff.
Yeah, you do. You do. Left corner. No, yeah, I found it. It's over here. Yeah.
Maybe it's Russell. Maybe she did funnel hacking with Russell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what this is here. She's got something back there, but who knows what that is? I can't see it.
All of these coaching things have 2 Comma Club awards. So maybe that's a 2 Comma Club where you made $1 million.
Okay, because it looks like 3 of them have it. She's blurred, so we can't tell.
Yeah.
But Fran, Kat, and Brandy all have the same one. Interesting. I just
And-
noticed that now.
And let's look up Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson. I think it's an O. Oh, let's see.
Or Brunson?
So his last name is Brunson. I'm just
So
typing it in for Elaine.
Oh, she got it. She got it right. That's great.
Oh,
She spelled it just like that. It was perfect.
almost.
You said Brunsun?
O-N.
O-N. Okay. Okay. That's so funny. I'm late. I hope I didn't miss the unleashing of the bad asses. Oh my gosh, yours is getting cranky. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm not even going to explain the cranky part of me too. But not right now, I'm really excited and happy right now. So he really bothers me for some reason. I'm gonna have to look at his face because I don't remember who that is. The Brunson person. I will have to. They would have spelled it out. There you go.
Right.
Not us, them. I copied the way they did it because I didn't know if on YouTube I would get dinged or something. So, but I think they put the dollar signs on purpose to make it look like it's for dollar signs, you know, that you're going to get so rich. So, yeah, I agree with you, Lori. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Or
We don't know who we are.
We don't even know who we are at our core because sometimes for so long we have been trying to fit in. We have been trying to be that people pleaser. We have been trying to, be accepted by your peers, by, people around you, that we have buried who we really are. And this may be going on for 40 years that this has been happening. And so, like Kat says, you then believe that the person that you are is who you are, whereas it probably is not. And that person has been hidden, and whether it has been, trauma that's happened in your past that has forced you, probably maybe forced you, or made you create this persona to fit in, this persona to be accepted, this persona that you then identify with, that you think, okay, well, this is me, this is who I am. And if we try and unpeel the layers, try and unpeel the onion layers, and Rochelle just says, I've just described her. But if we try and peel back the layers, and come to, try and discover and become aware of what has happened maybe a year ago, maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, that has made us, create this person to protect ourselves, to feel safe, to feel comfortable, to feel loved, to feel accepted, to feel that you fit into this big wide world. And it's hard. It's really hard work, because sometimes, you think, well, okay, maybe this isn't really me. Maybe I'm not the introvert. Maybe I'm not, the shy person. And I became that person because somebody at school ridiculed me. Somebody at school made me feel stupid for speaking up. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, because if I just keep my mouth shut, then nobody's going to laugh at me. Nobody's going to make a fool of me. Nobody's going to, and then that is the person that you became.
Feel safe that way.
And you feel safe and comfortable living.
Did you notice the shirtless man walk through Carrie Higgins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that first. What do you think? The issue I have when there's discussions about mental health related to MLMs is that people who may be struggling could see this and think that their mental health struggles could be addressed through being in this community. And I know that on average, to see a therapist here, it's 180 Canadian dollars, and then some places have subsidies, you do have insurance that could cover some of it if you have insurance through your work or whatever. But I just, like, if we have issues with our identity, if we have issues with childhood trauma that we think could be getting in the way of our business, or our life, we shouldn't be addressing it with Fran. We should be trying to seek out professional help.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's what she seems to be getting into, is where with the MLM people, you kind of tell everybody what your trauma was. But to me, that's not right either, because what if you don't want to share it with these people? To me, that is exactly what you're saying, personal, and it should be done only in a therapist's office or your sister, you know,
or your spouse, like someone you know that you're in a really safe space with. Because what if you experience something scary or traumatic and then you like share it in an MLM context and then people judge you and then you're just like re-traumatized from that, right?
Exactly. It makes you feel worse because you think, well, okay, now adults are going to do this to me, or, you know, the next group of people are going to shun me for this. So, you know, I must be the bad one and I can't speak about this anymore. And then you suck it in and hold it. So yeah, fine to discuss your experience, but then they monetize it. Yes, with no credentials and no actual care for the people they sucker in with this appeal to their wounding. Yeah. I resent the fact that Fran is insinuating, that anyone who is not becoming a successful hunt is damaged. That is a very, very good point, because that's exactly right. That's exactly how it sounds. Very good. I didn't even catch that earlier. Yeah, that sounds great. Yes.
Because it's our fault because we haven't dealt with our traumatic experiences. So if we address our trauma, then we will unblock ourselves. We'll remove the blockage we put in with money and success, because they've said before that we have a barrier around ourselves that's like stopping the money going in. So maybe we address our trauma, we pull away the barrier, then we're successful in our business.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that way. But the way they explain it, it doesn't work that way. My therapist has a gnome in front of his office door that says, "Go away." Oh my God. Oh my goodness, I love that.
That's hilarious.
She loves gnomes. I've been getting into gnomes lately too, and I have no idea why. I'm just finding them so adorable. And again, I don't know why, but I am.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
In that world. And, you know, it's once you can become aware of what has happened to make you become this person, to make you, you know, develop this identity, okay, external, and it may be right now, it may be what you think is your internal identity as well, because you just actually don't know who you really are. I mean, this is something that I have been thinking about for a long time.
Let us know, guys. Does it make sense to you? Where it's landing for you? And I'm going to share one of my masks, and I already kind of like shared a little bit. Is I used to be very shy, and I never spoke up in school. Like I would never raise my hand, although I knew all the answers, because I don't even remember how and when this happens. Probably, like Fran said, somehow I said something and kids made fun of me. And it's actually worse if a teacher says something to you, right? And when you're a little kid who is like, oh, I just thought it would be a good idea to say something like this, and boom, they shut you down. And for me, it was the feeling of embarrassment. I never wanted to feel that way again. And I created all this safety mechanism to make sure I would never feel embarrassed, right? And the easiest one was, I'm just never going to speak up, because what if I'm wrong? And maybe I'm not wrong. What if someone's still going to make fun of me and make me feel embarrassed? So if I stayed that way.
I've noticed we have a couple more friends who've popped in recently. I'm going to put your channel in here. Friends who are on my channel, it'd be great if you could go and visit Anne Marie's stream, because this is on both channels. And she was saying we have like mechanisms in place to protect ourselves, right? And again, that's why we're not successful, because we have mechanisms to protect ourselves. If we just remove those mechanisms and get past our trauma, then we'll be successful. So again, like Lori said, those who have trauma, it's their fault that they're not successful. But what if we have addressed it? What if we've worked with a therapist for 10 years and we're making good progress and we're still not successful? What are you going to say then?
Exactly. Yeah, it was funny when she mentioned appeal to our vulnerabilities. Yes.
Yeah.
When she was talking about the school, I actually laughed about it when she was saying that, because I was very quiet in school too, overall. But in 6th grade, I thought I was giving the right answer, and I didn't. the whole class laughed, and the teacher was laughing so hard she was crying. And I thought, and I was like, I am never answering another question again, whether or not I know the answer. And I never did. So that was when I was 12, obviously. But then when I, grew up and stuff, I was like, huh. So I started thinking back on that, and I thought, that's just stupid. At 12, it wasn't stupid, but when I figured out what it was, I'm fine. I mean, I'll talk or do whatever, anywhere. So you just have to figure it out. So I don't know. It would just made me kind of laugh when she was talking about that, because that actually did happen. My answer was elephant gun. Apparently that was too big. I don't know. We were talking about safaris and how they shoot animals. I don't know what, something like that. And then she was asking how you would, hunt for this kind of animal. And I said, you can use an elephant gun, because I thought that was the answer. I don't even know if that exists. It might, but that was my answer. It sounded so stupid, I know, but yeah, she just, I can still see her laughing, but it's okay. I'm fine with it though. I'm over it. We ran into her years later, and she's a wonderful teacher. She was very sweet. Yeah.
I just want to talk about Lisa's comment from a few minutes ago quickly. I've been an introvert ever since I can remember. I didn't make myself into one as a reaction to something that happened. It's not like I'm shy and awkward in person. It's who I am. If I become more comfortable with you, then I won't be as shy and awkward. It's just who I am. And when I was little, I was outgoing. And then the older I got, I just got more reserved. And that's fine. But in MLM, we can't be reserved. We can't be quiet.
No, they want you to be a psycho, whatever that they want you to be.
Extrovert.
It's a reasonable guess. Yes, it is. No, me. That's what I figured. I mean, there's other little things like that in life, but that I didn't associate with. But I can tell that a little bit later if we like.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
And I kept wearing this mask up to this day. None of this, what's going on right now, would happen. None of it would happen. And can you imagine how, little change that I started making several years ago, how it's not only impacted my life, but now impacting so many other people. Like, that's like ripple effect. So you have to start working on it. But the first step, you have to be aware. What are some of those identity personalities, whatever traits you call them, masks? I call them masks because it's not who you really are. And actually, we had an incredible 7-figure workshop last weekend. And now if I just have an impulse like, hey, I need to share this, I don't even know who needs to hear this. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. It's not planned in our workshop, right? I have to share it. If I was still wearing my old mask, I would never share it. I'll be sitting there like, oh, what the heck is going on in my mind? Shut it off, shut it off. No one needs to hear it. But now every time I have that impulse that I have to share it, and sometimes I don't even know if anyone needs to hear it. I just have the impulse, and it's very strong. And I used to be very strong too, even in school when I was, 7, 10 years old. It was strong, but I would just, I would shut it down. So now I share it.
Could you hear me when I was chewing? Now I'm overthinking it.
No.
Okay, because I went back a little bit, and I'm like, oh no, can they hear me chomping?
No.
Okay.
An elephant gun is a large caliber gun, rifled or smoothbore, originally developed for use by big game hunters for elephant and other large game. Okay. Then it did exist. So I wasn't so crazy. I'm not a hunter, never would be. So that's kind of funny. Oh, how hilarious, Justin.
That's funny.
That is funny. Thank you. Yeah, justice for Anne Marie. I love that.
Hilarious. She was talking about how when she was younger, like, because she was made fun of in school for sharing something silly, I guess.
Yeah.
And now she just kind of like gets over that, and she shared stuff in the 7-figure workshop, of course, 7 figures. How many people were in there? Like 2? But
for $1 billion, I don't know. That sounds crazy to me. You can make $1 billion. You can make $1 billion in a MLM if you're the owner.
7 figures is $1 million.
1, 2. Oh my gosh. I got myself all flustered. You're right, because I was thinking $1 billion. That sounds like an awful lot of money. So that would be an 8 figure at least, right? 1, 3,
no, 7 figures. 7 figures is million, like
yes.
One digit, like 1 to 9. But she was saying, like, we need to just, the moral of the story is don't overthink what you're saying, just share it. Mm-hmm. And let's translate that into the MLM. Just do what your director, your boss, your upline tells you to do. Warm chatter the way they tell you to warm chatter, and don't think about it, just share. Did you ever have experiences like that where people would tell you like, don't overthink it, just do what I tell you to do?
Yeah, and I never could do that because it's, well, first of all, it didn't feel good because it's not who you are anyway. So if they want you to be who you are, then that's not being who you are if that's not what you do. So I know that sounds all goofy, but if they're trying to explain to us to be, more out, to try and get them to join and stuff, I just wasn't like that. I couldn't be false with it. She's gonna walk your dog. Okay.
And
yeah.
If you said that, did you ever say that to someone, any of your uplines? And if you did say, I can't do that, that's not me, how did they react to that?
They would just say, well, you have to learn how to make it you, because if you want to be, so after that, I heard that, I'm like, oh, forget it. I'm never going to tell them anything because there was no point. There really was no point because they would, just do what what we tell you to do and you'll be good. And yeah, it wasn't. No.
Question, were you recruited into the business by being told, oh, this is your business, you're a business owner, but then when you're in, you're suddenly not, and you have to do what they say? Was that your experience?
Yeah. And you know what, when you do that, when you go in, you don't even think about that. That really never occurred to me, because they tell you it's your own business, like, okay, good, I got all this inventory and I've got my own business going here. And it didn't click until later, obviously, because I'm not doing this stuff anymore. But yeah, at first it doesn't click. It's really weird. I just can't explain that, but no, it does not. And think through problems and issues. Yes, yeah, that's a great word for it, because yeah, you can't jump into everything and just do what everybody tells you. Like the old saying, if your friends are going to jump off a bridge, are you going to follow them? We've all heard that, I think, as a child at some point. Sure. Oh my goodness.
All right. I think I'm good. Yep.
Okay.
Regardless, people might be still rolling eyes and like, oh, what the heck is she talking about, right? I don't give a flipping heck. Like, I don't care. There might be one person in that audience that need to hear it. That's it. Maybe they don't need to hear it. Maybe I needed to hear it out loud, right? To better understand my own world. So that's what I'm trying to say, that identify those masks, those personality traits that you think like, well, this is just who I am. This is how I was born and I can't do anything about it. This is total BS. We were all born amazing. Like, we were all born with a huge potential, right? We were all born to shine and inspire others and do great things. So why you think you're not that person anymore? You are. You just need to dig deeper and find that person and let that person shine. Let that person speak up. Let that person say what you need to say. So here's my story.
I think a big...
If we're all born amazing, why do we need to change our personalities?
Actually, I was kind of thinking the same thing. She's saying it wrong. Yeah, exactly right. That's what I was kind of thinking too. So that's nuts.
Why is it, if we're all born amazing, why is it a bad thing that we want to think through things to make sure we're making the right decision? Why can't we just be who we are and run our business the way we want?
Right. And obviously, like you said, it's not your business, because you have to follow the rules of what they tell you about, how you can sell your products, or, not discounting them, or, whatever. You still have to follow the rules. And if you don't, then, and even with their logos and everything, if you don't use the logos the right way, if they have their compliance, or someone, tries to report you for stuff like that, there's a lot of restrictions.
Yeah,
there really is.
Okay, I'm ready.
Part of like what Fran in this process, is the awareness piece. And for a long time, well, not for a long time, but you can't change something that you're not aware of, right? So maybe you're stumbling upon this live, and just this conversation alone is like sparking that, like, oh my gosh, and you're replaying a lot of these situations now, maybe that have happened in your life, right? Because that is like, you like just woke up, right? Like, you're now aware that this can impact a lot of things in your life and impact things in your business. Right? Like, the dots are connecting. So I hope that, like, from this, you take away an awareness, so that when you're catching yourself moving forward, right, feeling a certain way about your business, being stuck, other things in your life, you can connect that dot, right? And know, oh my gosh, this is playing a role in what I'm doing. And then, just by the thought of being aware, you start asking yourself questions, right? You get curious. Why might I be thinking that? Like, what has come up in my life that has created this feeling for myself. And you dig yourself, right? You peel back those onion layers like what Fran was saying, on yourself, and really start digging to do the work, right? And once you uncover that, right, then you're able to be like, oh my gosh, I've been holding on to this for so long. And, you know, you're able to move past it and really let those things start going in your life, so that as you move forward, as you are, you know, working on the goals that you have for your life, your family, you know, whatever that looks like, those things won't continue to drag you down. And you're able to kind of like, I want to like, how do you describe it? I guess kind of like in the movie Forrest Gump, when he starts to run and he's in those like braces, and it's like a freedom, and they just start slowly breaking off from the screws to like one of the pieces to the cuff that's keeping them together. And it just all starts coming off. And it's like a break free of the person and the powers and the capabilities that you really do have in life. I guess that's how like I describe it when I see.
Emery's comment here is fantastic. Some people like me literally just have a chemical imbalance that makes us anxious beings. Exactly, Emery. What do you think about this? I think a lot of the advice they give is reasonable on the broader level. Like, if you're struggling with something, if you're able to, not everyone can do this, examine when you feel certain ways, examine like potential triggers and like what helps you, what doesn't. I think that's good advice, but I think in the MLM context, it will just turn into like you blaming yourself. Like, oh, I'm anxious, so that's why I don't make any money.
Yeah, among other things, that you don't do enough, you don't talk to enough people, you don't go on social media enough, and it never ends with the things that you don't do. So that you're constantly feeling bad about yourself. And I know, because that's the way it was. And you always think that you're going to try and do better, but it really doesn't work well at all. I don't know how some of these people get people in, or, well, I guess like we do. They kind of manipulate you in with the way they talk, and that's why so many people join them.
Yeah.
But that's exactly how it was. You're always feeling bad about yourself, and that's no fun.
Did you find uplines guilted downlines?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do, because they make you want what they have, as far as like being up there and making all this money, and then you to look at them kind of like they're, you know, you almost like idolize them in a way, like we see like on the, you know, the seminars and the conferences and things like that. When somebody comes on stage, everybody's losing it. It gets that way because you're really kind of hanging on their word how they got there, because you want to be there. And it's just, they will, yes. The MLM will make your issues worse, not better. Oh, they sure do, especially financially. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I have a question. This is not related to this video at all. We always hear from MLMs, you have the time, you're just not prioritizing the business. I think you mentioned this now that I'm thinking about it. Did you ever have to like itemize your day and find extra 10 minutes there, justify why you were going out for dinner with your spouse, why you were seeing your kid? Did you ever have to do that?
Yeah, because I can remember doing it, because they tell us, you know, to break down the weekend. I forgot how many hours are in a week or whatever, but they do it like that, and they tell you to break it down by the day, because everybody has the same 24, and then put in the things that you always do, like if you're working or, you know, volunteering somewhere or whatever, and then you have all these other hours left open. Well, you kind of don't, because what if you're tired one day, you need a nap? You'll take a nap. You got to cook dinner. You can't block that out. You know, to feed families, if you got to feed your pets, you can't block that out. So that they do try to tell you to work in like all the little pockets of time. There are no pockets like that are long enough to help you make any money in an MLM. You literally need 24 hours a day just to be so mentally involved with it to even try. There's no pocket of time. That's baloney. And when they tell you, oh, you can do this in 1 hour a week or what, that is beyond not true. That is like a blatant lie. Yeah. It's not true at all. You need well more than an hour to do any of this stuff. So,
interesting. Yep. Okay, I'm ready. Yep.
You know, kind of like that breakthrough.
That's a really good visual, Adrian.
You know, because it's like you're breaking through of what Kat says, like that mask is shattering, right? And you on that internal person that Carrie described, right, are matching up to the external version of yourself. They're like coming together, right? And it's like, I don't know, like light shining through this crack. I don't know, you guys, it's like this.
Yeah.
Well,
My
keep
God.
going, Adrian. It's so good.
There's a really good book that I read several years ago that's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, written by Joe Dispenza. So this is one of the first books where I realized this is actually me who created my life and no one else, right? Based on those masks and based on all those patterns that have been controlling my life and how I show up, how my external self show up, and it wasn't aligned with my internal self. So once you start that work, aligning those two together, that's where all the magic is going to be happening. And this work is not easy at all. It's going to take some courage. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. And this kind of work, actually the hardest, right? Go and do things, make posts, write emails, and message people in Messenger. That's easy stuff. Like if you think that's hard, wait until you start doing the inner work. That's the real work that most people actually ignore because they're like, oh, I just need to work harder, or I just need to figure out how to get more time in the day, blah, 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 blah. No, you need to figure out how to master this inner game. And once you do that, and it's actually what also was a huge aha moment, your external world is a match to your internal world. So if you think like you're the shy.
What do you think about Nomi's comment? I completely agree. And I also think it could be a little bit classist as well, because if someone's making minimum wage in New York, whatever it is, they may need, if they have a couple kids and their spouse also works minimum wage, they may need to work longer than a 40-hour work week. And how are they supposed to find the time? Did you have people in your MLM that worked multiple jobs? Do you remember?
I am not thinking that a lot of them did. There may have been one or two here or there, because this takes all your time. Right. So there may have been just a couple of them, but I'm not recalling. Okay. It could have been years ago somebody did, and I just don't remember. But that's true. Not everybody does have the same 24 hours a day. That's absolutely true. It doesn't make any sense for them to say that, because if you do work more than one job, well, okay, there you go. You've got, because I used to always work a couple of jobs too. So I did my full-time 9 to 5, whatever. And then in the evening, I would work as a cashier because I love cashiering. I just did. And so there I would be scheduled 6:30 to 10. So I just had to leave one job and go to the second one. And then by the time I got home, the day is done. So when would I have done the Mary Kay thing or anything else? When I'm in the bathroom? I mean, there's literally no other time. Or if you're trying to take a shower, there is no time. So that's not the same 24 hours somebody else has by having more than one job. Or if you go to school full time and have a job, it's just not possible. I don't like when they do that, when they, like the college students or like the after high school people and stuff, they say that they want to get them, in so that they can start early and all that. That to me is, they're still so naive at that age. And we all were, we all were for sure. And so that's why, that's why I fell into all this, because I thought it was all real, and it's really not.
And, Nomi said ableist. What if you have chronic pain and you struggle to sit at a desk for hours? What if you are ill and you are going to specialist appointments constantly? Yeah. What if you just have 5 kids? What if you have one kid who has special needs? Right.
And with a special needs kid, you're really, your time is with them for sure, because they need you. So the same 24 hours to me is a bunch of baloney, but they make you feel like, well, yeah, everybody has 24 hours. So what's wrong with me? How come they could do so much in one day and I can't even, get the floors mopped or something like that? They really make you feel bad about what you do during the day. We all waste time here and there for sure. We all do that. But they make you feel like you're just not as good as the other person because of what they've done in the daytime. So,
oh, okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Introverted person that should never speak up, and you're just average, and you don't deserve nice things, and you don't even need to make $100,000 a month because that's just greedy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, your external world will be matching exactly what you're thinking about yourself. It's like, what's your current internal image of yourself? Look outside. That's what you manifested in your life. And if you want different things in life, you need to start with the internal world, and the external world will match up with that. Makes sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, so if you have this vision for your business, right, for your life, of maybe being on, being recognized on stage, right, for a rank or whatever, a high rank, for earning that trip incentive, for earning that whatever or income that you want, and be able to take your family on vacations and whatnot. But internally, right, you are out of alignment with that, right? There's a disconnect in that alignment, okay, because you're like, but I'm shy, but I want that external, right? But internally, I'm telling myself that you're creating resistance in your business, right? So like what Kat was saying is, if you
did you wave at me?
Yeah. Remember, we were confused about internal versus external. So externally, we want the income and the trips, but internally, we don't think we're worthy of it.
Yes, that's 100% accurate. I believe that's exactly what they're meaning.
Yeah. And I didn't understand that at the beginning, but I get it now.
Yeah. And you don't earn this stuff. When you buy the kits and, well, not the kits, but like your products and stuff, when you have to buy the products, you're basically overpaying for the trip that you so-called win. So no, you've overpaid by far. You could have gone on the trip had you not bought stuff. So
did you ever go on an MLM trip?
Only the Mary Kay seminars a couple of times, and I never made it to the paparazzi conference. I don't even think I made it to Tupperware. I didn't. Okay. I did go to something for Party Light. That was a long, long time ago. Okay. But no, I never won a trip because I could never reach the goal of what they expect you to do. So no, okay. I have not.
Interesting. Yeah, it's hard to get there. And you're right. If we just worked a job where we got a guaranteed paycheck, mm-hmm. and if assuming we're not living paycheck to paycheck, right? If we got a job with a paycheck, then we could put aside money and go on the trip ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And know that these are MLM coaches. Mm-hmm. As far as we know, they're not currently building a team, but they're coaching MLMers how to be good MLMers.
So they call themselves the Beach Boss Influencers.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I actually did run across them some years ago, and I thought, ooh, they probably know a whole lot of stuff. And I can't even remember what I've watched, if anything, from way back when. But when I saw the name, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember them. But
yeah, they're interesting. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
We can address that and get to where those things match up, step into those bigger shoes, face those things head on, right? What is my resistance with having to go live? Okay, I'm afraid of people judging me or what people might say. Okay, well, you know what? I really, really want those things. I want to have that external life that I want for myself and my family. I'm going to have to step into those bigger shoes and bring those things together. So, ask yourselves those questions, recognize that in real time. And that's how you get there faster.
So how you can start working on those things. For example, take that shy girl that didn't speak up. And here's what's going to happen first time you decide to speak up. That embarrassment going to come out again, because this is the pattern, right? We've been experiencing, and it's going to come up, even though no one might judge you. No one might say anything to make you feel embarrassed, but you just will feel that embarrassment because our body stores our emotions, and they show up every time. It's the same pattern. They show up, even though your world is different. Those people no longer in your world that embarrassed you first time, but it's just how it works. It's the mechanism. So you're going to speak up for the first time. You're automatically going to feel embarrassed. But here's the good part. Your 5-year-old self or 7 or 12 did not know how to deal with that embarrassment. You only knew I can go cry, or I can go, it's almost like death to you. If I feel that again, I'm going to die, right? It's a big deal. We might be crying. We might be going to withdrawal or be mad at the whole world because we don't know how else to deal with these feelings. Now you're an adult. You have different nervous system. You have different environment. You have different support system, different mindset, and different body. So it's going to be a lot easier this time. So know if the embarrassment shows up, this is just how your body responds to the same pattern. And now, well, it's okay to feel embarrassed sometimes, right? It's not a big deal. Maybe someone said something and you got embarrassed again, but just deal with it. Take your nervous system back into, how would you calm yourself down? Because usually it's our face get red, our palms get sweaty, our heart start beating a little bit faster. Notice those things and just sometimes taking a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get this in your MLM? Oh, why are you reacting this way? Just get over it. Because if you don't react in the way that your upline reacts, then it's automatically invalid, right?
Yeah. Completely. Exactly. And what she's saying too, though, about oops, I almost changed the channel. I hit the keyboard. What she's saying does not, the embarrassment and stuff, everybody gets embarrassed now and then in life. It just happens. So that's, sometimes it's kind of like worse than others. And, you jump in a pool and your shirt comes off, stuff like that. Trust me, I've had stuff happen, but you get over it. And, it's just part of life. That's what it is. So what she's talking about, comparing it to what the Fran lady is talking about when she was talking earlier about the trauma and your body keeps the trauma even though you forget it. Those are two totally different things. And what Fran was talking about, I think she's going to even mention it again, possibly, that needs a therapist's care. And there is no way these 5 ladies can sit there with you through that if they're not licensed, because that could really be traumatic if you're remembering something.
That, yeah, they're not wrong that you can feel trauma, your responses in your body, but I hate the fact that like these women are giving us advice not because they care about our well-being, but because they want us to think that they're going to help us, that they're going to give us like self-regulation tips when we're in a state like that,
right.
where mental health professionals are trained to figure out exactly what your triggers are, figure out exactly what kind of coping mechanisms could help you. That's why there's so much training for therapists, because it's such a serious job.
Yeah, it is. And actually, I didn't realize that. I learned that probably in the late 80s when I was working at my other job. A person, I'll just put it this way, there was a person who caused me a lot of trauma in my old job. And just let it go, right? So then when I was working there, I went out onto the dock because I had to take something out to the lady who works the dock for shredding and stuff like that. I saw him. My body did the strangest stuff to me. I was shaking all over and I felt all of my muscles just clench. And I was like, what the heck? And, just like anxiety right away, and my mouth got dry, and I thought, I better get out of here. So I just went back to my desk, and I had no clue what that was. But then when I was seeing the therapist that, that lady Jill from forever ago, I talked to her about that, and that's what she explained to me. So that's how I found out what that was. But she's not qualified to talk to you about that. It took me a while to work through that, and, that horrible experience. It took a while. And you can't just do it by saying, oh, just get over it. And, we all have stuff like that. And no. And this is the problem with dabbling in the psychology, pushing people to face their traumas with no effective support when they react badly. That's exactly right, because you do need a therapist with you to do that. Because what if you have a panic attack? What are they going to help you with that? So I think they just got into a little dangerous area with this. It's a
lifelong journey. It's not a let's go and talk to the Beach Boss influencers once a week for an hour and then we're fixed.
Exactly.
And that's why when I listened to this, I was like, I want to talk about this because I think it's important, because they're making it seem like you can just have a quick fix for like insecurities or mental health struggles or anxiety. It's not a quick fix. And like, who said it? Emery said it earlier. Your MLM is going to worsen your issues, not make it better.
Yeah.
And that's why so as DC, our friend DC says, it's twisty.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make it seem like it's going to improve your mental health, that they can help you, but it's really going to harm you financially, like you said, and also mentally.
Right. Well, financially, I can go there too. Anyway. Yeah, none of it is really good. Oh, we're catching up, and we'll switch streams to. That's McGuire, Julie.
That's so nice.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was another answer. Yes, it is dangerous, and the fact that they're doing it to boost their business. Exactly right, like Heather said.
What's their intention?
So gross.
Let's think about our intention for talking about it now. Our intention is to debunk and point out the harmful behaviors. What is their motive? We're not trying to like make money off of people. They are. That's the motive, and that's what makes it twisty.
Yes. Yeah. What she's talking about today, this is just, I'm really kind of surprised that they would even go there, but these women are not qualified to do that at all. And bringing something up in somebody, even if they're talking to them like this, it could bring up something that they didn't even remember for a long time. And then they're sitting behind a computer listening to this. What if they're having a panic attack because of what she just said? If it was very traumatic.
Yep.
So yeah, I did not agree with them doing this at all.
Exactly.
All set?
Yes.
Okay.
Will calm all that down, as simple as that. So figure out which tools you can use right now to deal with when those feelings arise. And right now, it's going to be a lot easier than when you were 5 or 10 years old. Trust me.
So on a deeper level, Kat said that your body remembers what your mind forgets. Okay, always. And so when you are faced with something that has been traumatic for you in the past, something that you've been trying to protect yourself from, if you can release it from your body, then your mind won't remember it anymore. Okay?
It's like you building a new memory.
You build a new memory.
You replace that old one with a new one.
This is the hard work. Okay? So if you can, for example, Hillary.
No. If you release it from your body, your mind won't remember. No,
I remember.
Period. No. And
exactly, you don't forget that stuff when it happens, like with little kids who are abused and things like that, the horrible stuff. That's what happens to their minds. But then when they work through it when they're an adult, there's of course it's terrible.
It's worse. And
yes,
it's so dangerous because that's going to make someone think, as I said like 1,000 times already, I'm just going to listen to them, release it from my body, and then I'm fine.
Right. And it doesn't work that way. You can learn what happened and make sense of everything, and then work through it with a therapist. You may not forget it, but you're not going to have the same clenching feelings at all. You've gotten that part done, but it doesn't just go away. It just it stays with you until you forget the memory of it. I mean, but it doesn't go away just like that, where she's saying it disappears. It does not.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Crap.
I just don't like it. Like, it's someone know me. Someone said it's just targeting extremely vulnerable people to build their business. People who maybe don't realize that they need to seek counseling. People who maybe can't afford counseling, but also definitely can't afford this as well.
Right. Oh, yeah. They're not cheap.
No.
We'll find out later.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Talks about past school trauma. Okay. What happened at school? How did it make you feel? I want you then to start feeling it in your body. Feel it in your body, and how does that make you feel? And how might you release it from your body? And it might be going into a room and screaming. It might be, so it might be looking like a crazy person. All right. It might be looking like you're absolutely stark raving mad. All right. Maybe you need to get in your car and drive to some quiet spot where nobody can see or hear you and release it from your body. What is it going to take to release it from your body? Is it screaming at the top of your voice? Is it crying? Is it taking a baseball bat and beating the crap out of your bed? Okay. What is it going to take? And this sounds crazy. Okay. But when you can release it from your body, then the next time that something happens, okay,
it's not going to affect you the same way.
It won't affect you the same because and it may take multiple times. Like this happens again, you think, oh, shit, it's still there. Okay, I need to do that practice again. I need to go and do that again and keep trying to release this from my body so that it doesn't remember.
Do you guys notice how animals shake themselves after they go through, a fight, or let's say if a deer was chased by a lion or whatever and they get away, they're just going to go and shake for some time to release that stress. We don't do that. So what Fran said, it kind of builds up in our system and we need to shake it off. Like sometimes even if you just get up and shake your body after a stressful situation or whatever, that alone can go, a long way and help you not to deal with the same stress again the same way. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. In the same way that when you feel joy, we always tell our students, it's like feel the joy in your body because again, your body will remember it. So let us know what your biggest takeaway has been. And let us know if...
Yep, more poop.
And, okay, well, what... I don't like it. They're not saying deal with your mental health because we care about you. It's like their motive. Deal with your mental health so you can continue to build your MLM, so you can continue to follow your, like, chase the dream, and you continue to purchase our training.
Yes. And this one over here, what's her name? Kat.
Yeah.
She's very flippant with how she describes it. Oh, you just go and you shake it off, and it doesn't work that way at all. It just doesn't. So even she's wrong. So this Fran and what's her name, the cat, they don't know what they're talking about at all. They really don't. So I wonder if they had some kind of a, if they ever had a trauma that, that they don't know anything about. Oh no, that's not how I wanted to say that. So the way they're making it sound does not coincide with them actually having a trauma that they had to, like she was saying, deer will be shaking and stuff. That's fear. And we all have the fight or flight in us. And if you're feeling danger, you're going to run, and you are going to be a little shooken up. I mean, if you get into a little car accident, you're shook up. And you just can't shake that off. That it doesn't work that way at all. The fight or flight is a very intense feeling that happens when, danger is around.
And
So
do you think, sorry, like the fight or flight thing, that could also be us ignoring our gut instincts and our MLM too, because it's not the same as what they're saying with trauma, of course, but what if we're having internal struggles with what we're doing in our MLM and what we're being told to do, right? And it's taking a different direction, and then we're told, just shake it off, go hit the bed, and then you won't remember your doubts anymore. It's like, well, no, if we're having doubts, we should think it through and like analyze why we're feeling in the way that we're feeling. And we shouldn't just hit the bed and then assume we're fine. And I think in life too, like, oh, at work, someone's bullying us at work. Don't hit the bed and then be fine. No, like, you might not need a counselor for that, but like talk to your spouse, talk to your parents, figure out if you need to quit.
Or go to HR for sure.
Or like a friend's being mean to you. Don't just hit the bed.
Right.
Address your issues. I think they're just telling us, don't address your issues. Just ignore your issues.
Yeah. And you just can't do that. There's no final form. Such coaches all the way up.
Just
coaches. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Oh, don't worry about it. Marie, you can always go back if you really wanted to. No problem.
So we're almost done this part. So yeah, let's just finish out.
Okie doke. Oh yeah, just there's another minute. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Hillary and Rochelle have actually shared here, what they have discovered has, been keeping them stuck. So if if you're aware of what it is, actually just writing it down for the first time is going to be the first step in your journey to healing. So let us know, what is it that, has been, that you've been hiding from? What is it that has been keeping you stuck? What is it? What has happened in your past that has dictated, who you are now, who's not really who you truly are? Let us know. And let us know what your biggest takeaway has been. We'd love to hear. We will see you again soon. Until next time, have an awesome day. With so much love to you all. From all the beaches. Bye-bye.
So while you're getting that video up, figure out what's going on, what's in your way to get unstuck, not to be healthy, to be fulfilled, to get unstuck in your business. That's literally what she said. Like, write down your experiences so you get unstuck. And I think that shows the motive, not analyze your feelings so you can determine like why you may be feeling anxious and maybe seek out a counselor or talk to your spouse. No, it's just to keep yourself in your business.
Right. And with the journaling thing, some of them, when you go through therapy, I mean, I've done this, my sister's done it too. They want you to journal some things that are that you're thinking of and write that down. And then when you go to your session, you can talk about things in there that you want to talk about if they really upset you or you just can't figure it out.
Yep.
So they're just talking like in circles. It's just really weird to listen to them. And this is funny. The people, they use HR Hun resources. I love that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that is memory. It's really funny. Oh my goodness. Writes down my imbalance. Yes. Right.
Do you want to click on the next video and then I can talk about it quickly?
Yes. So this is.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say this right here, this Beach Boss Influencer Review. This is literally a 5-minute video. So if you want, we don't have to interrupt her because it's just literally 5 minutes. And then afterward, or do you want to interrupt?
I think we should interrupt because I think 5 minutes is a long time. I'll
Okay.
try to not interrupt you too much.
No, that's fine. I was just
like a minute or two. But do you want to click on it and then we can reduce the speed because I don't think we need it on 1.25.
I'm Jeanette McKay. Hey.
Yeah, she talks normal. So yeah, we'll have to change her for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll just try to not interrupt too much because it's so short. But I think 5 minutes, I'll forget everything that I wanted to say.
Right. No, I was just asking if that's the way you wanted to do it. But yeah, interrupting her, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Because you're right, 5 minutes, you could forget everything she's saying.
Yeah.
So she said her name was something McKay or why can't I get back in there? There we go.
And I work for Q Sciences. I was scrolling around on Facebook looking actually for ways to connect with people to become my customers or my join my business. And then all of a sudden this picture of Adrienne popped up on my news feed, and I watched her a couple different times, and then I know I saw Kat, and I just kept liking how they talked about talking to people and how they presented what they were going to help me with. And so I signed up first for whatever the free thing is, and then I just knew I wanted to learn more because I said, this is what I've been looking for, like the whole time that I've been looking for leaders in my own company that I didn't have. And so this was the type of thing that I wanted to do because I'm a relationship builder. I've always been a relationship builder. And so I can't sell stuff, but I can build relationships. And that's what they're talking about, is building relationships.
There's always that we're different because we build relationships.
Mm-hmm.
We're so unique because we use attraction marketing, but everyone teaches that now. You're not unique. That is the approach now. No one will say, I'm with Q Sciences on their Facebook.
Yeah, she surprised me when she said she was with Q Sciences. I didn't expect that because what she's doing is she's giving a review of being in their group or whatever it is. But that kind of surprised me. And if she's a relationship builder, not a salesperson, that's what they keep telling you too, is build relationships, and it'll sell. She should have a thriving business and 20,000 people underneath her. If she's a relationship person, that didn't click for me when she said that. So yeah, if she's a relationship builder, humor, yeah, exactly. I understand that too. I do too.
But Julie swapped streams. That's so nice.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
That's so nice.
Hey, Marie. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay.
Yep.
To have success for you and the people that you build the relationships with. And so once I figured that out, I had to do it. I had to come and experience them in person and see exactly what I could learn from them. The biggest takeaway is that, well, one, that everybody pretty much is feeling the same doubts that I was feeling and struggling. We all may be at different points, but we're all have the same internal feelings. The beach bosses all have been there too. And so it was neat meeting them and hearing their stories from when they were just starting out in their business and how they're providing this system to us, not because they're trying to make money off us, but it's because they have been where we've been and they're just sharing from their heart. And that's literally what all that I wanted from them, is like to share from.
What do you think about that? An MLM coach just sharing not to make money. What's your opinion?
My opinion is she's very much stuck with the Kool-Aid part because they are in it to make money. That's the whole point of them, doing this with everybody else. I don't know if they were in other businesses. I didn't look back far enough to see if
they were in MLMs previously, but
okay, because they had to be at some. Insert the BS alarm sound. We should make one.
Right.
But yeah, that's not true. They are out there to make money because they wouldn't have a business if they didn't.
And I think it's okay to want to make money, but I think if we were truly altruistic, we would not be in the MLM industry. We might be opening up a nonprofit to teach people living in low income job skills, or teach them how to write a resume or cook healthy meals on a budget. Like we would be doing something that would actually help people, or we'd be a therapist or a teacher, Yeah, there's plenty of ways that we can be altruistic and just like impact people, and it's not through MLM coaching.
No. You all set?
Yes.
Okay.
from their heart, but they're sharing from their heart and financially free, which that's a win-win basically for me. That's what I want. I didn't want to spend the money at first. And so I realized when talked about it again and all the things that it could offer me is that I wasn't spending money. I was investing in myself. And at the end of the day, I deserve the biggest investment that I can give myself. And so I plan to grow my business where the investment that they're asking is going to be something that I make in a month or 2 months. And so, and I will be honest, like right now I have nothing. I'm like, I don't have any team or anything. So, but I believe it. I mean, that's what it is. I was like, I believe, hell yes, I'm worth $25,000. I was like, I need.
Did you catch that?
No, how much?
$25,000.
Really?
That's what she
And
said.
she doesn't have a team?
She spent the $25,000 is for the Beach Boss ladies. That's their fee. That's what she said. Exactly.
I just died. Naomi said $25,000. But if we have $25,000 to spare, we're not going to need coaching.
That really did floor me. I was totally shocked when she said that to my jaw dropped. Literally, I was sitting here. What did she just say? I couldn't believe it.
Advice that we just heard too, like fake mental health advice, so we stay in the MLM longer. Like that's the kind of stuff we're gonna learn.
Yeah, and she's hitting everything on the button with everything that she's saying, as far as what they teach you in the MLM to say. Let's see if I can explain that better. She's got all the right stuff as far as what she thinks is going to happen in the future. So she's just repeating what they teach you. There was something that she just said, and I'm trying to remember.
I'm not spending money. I'm investing in myself.
That's exactly it. Wow, we think alike there. But
yes.
No, investing in yourself. They always say that, and that's not what it is at all. We not all have, but you fall for that. Well, it's just an investment in yourself. That's why you do it. And yeah, that's baloney. But she said she was married, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I never believe when they say they just want to help people. No, and that it doesn't have anything to do with making money. That is very true. That they always say that they just want to help and serve people, and that's not true. You don't get into an MLM to serve people. You become a civil servant. I mean, you could be a policeman or a bus driver, stuff like that. If you really want to serve people as a job, and then serving people in a nonprofit, you go on mission trips or you volunteer at schools or nursing homes, Meals on Wheels. That's serving people and helping people, not this at all.
And who has $25,000 laying around, or most likely she or the other people in this training probably put it on a credit card, or maybe they dipped into their retirement savings or their savings for their first home or their kids' education funds, because I don't have $25K that I don't have allocated elsewhere. Right? Not many people do. Not many people just have that sitting around.
No, if you're a millionaire, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You have that sitting around, but then you don't need all this coaching stuff either if you're a millionaire, unless you were born into it. But yeah, that to me was just nuts.
And she can use that for so much better things. Retirement, put it aside for retirement, and you have a good little nest egg already.
She could have toured Europe with that money. That could have been an amazing vacation, going all over Europe and Greece and all these places. That's a huge, wonderful trip she could have taken.
Yeah.
And given it to them.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, this was one of those things where you're just shocked.
I need to do this. I mean, I am worth it. So I didn't hesitate to then just keep going the rest of the way. So I joined the 7-Figure Academy because I know that even though it's a scary investment, I knew that at the end of the day after this workshop that I am worth the investment. I mean, I am worth whatever I put into myself. So it was worth taking the risk because I will be able to get the investment back quickly and I will have even more success after that. I would 100% recommend Beach Boss influencers to others because they welcome people without judgment and they help you find the power that you have within yourself to succeed. And everybody needs that. We all need that. it's interesting because other events, when they're around your company, they build you. I mean, you get excited. There's a lot of music. There's all this stuff. But at the end of the day, they have the top leaders on the stage and you're proud of them and you're excited. But all you want to do is be them. And then you leave motivated, but without any tools to actually know how to become them. I love that this is for any company. Like the beach bosses aren't focusing on what you're selling or what your products do or how you can sell some big packer. They're actually just investing in who the people are. It's all about the people, not about the company. And that's so refreshing.
Oh, it's refreshing.
Of course they don't care what company you're with. That's how MLM trainers work. It doesn't matter if you're in the industry and you think that, and you're told the lie that just purchase my training and then you'll be a millionaire. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh, I know my investment's going to pay off." Well, how?
In 2 months. She said in 2 months.
Oh, she did? I didn't
She
hear
did.
that.
She said in the next, in a couple of months, I'll be able to pay for my investment. No, she has nobody under her right now. So what miracle does she think that they're going to be able to perform for her? Because it's 12,500 per month. She's expecting to make that immediately, and that doesn't even happen for the big wigs that are that climb up the ladder a lot and stuff. They they go quickly, but they don't start earning $12,000 in a month just like that either. They have to get more people underneath them.
Why are you saying 12,000? Did she say she would make 12 in a month?
Well, she said it would take a couple of months to repay her investment of 25. Okay. So divide by 2, 12,500.
Okay, I understand.
I actually did some math. No.
What Lisa said, MLM coaching is the biggest scam out there because it's a scam within a scam.
Yes, it sure is.
Yeah.
I mean, what better way to go? She probably got a discount for the review. You know what? Who knows? Maybe 25,000 was the discount, which would be terrible. Now that you're
talking, I typed in Beach Boss Influencer 7-Figure Academy and I didn't find anything.
Really?
I just found their normal website. I didn't find how to scale 7-figure. I just see like blog posts, but I don't see 7-Figure Academy website.
That's interesting.
Oh, maybe I'll send this to you.
Okay.
Maybe this could be something we do later. Because it's how to increase retention, duplication, and scale your team to 7 figures. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry.
Very. Oh, that's okay.
And it's great because each Beach Boss person has a different personality. So they, with all their different personalities, from introspective to, and person who's really outgoing, they appeal to pretty much everyone, and they can show how with any type of personality that you can do exactly what they're doing. And that's what their message is repeatedly until people get it. They're here to help everyone along the journey. The energy has just been absolutely phenomenal. Like the party was so fun just because you get to dress up and you got to wear, and there's fun music and you got to and just enjoy people who you just met, but just be able to dance around and be silly when instead of being stressed out about when are we going to get our next team member, when are we going to get our next sale, how are we going to find new people, we literally knew that we were surrounded by people who were just there to have fun. And I knew from being at the next level.
Did you want me to stop?
Oh, I just keep playing with my hair.
Okay, I thought you were doing that. Well, the $25,000. She's saying that it was a great party and stuff, so they must have a really big reception where they bring people in. And part of that 25,000 is going to have to go for the room they rent and the music that they play and all the food, and they get to dress up fancy. You're paying for your own reception, basically, just to have a party. That's an expensive party. So
and I think it's false that people with any personality type can be great in an MLM.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk in real life. No, that's not true. Since doing this, I've improved with my public speaking for sure, but I'm not outgoing. I can't be a salesperson. I would not do well. I would not have a single team member.
Yeah, I didn't. So yeah, exactly. My husband kept telling me, you're not a salesperson. You're not a salesperson. I'm like, but I'm not a salesperson. This will be, yeah, okay. So I finally believe it, of course, obviously, but he was just telling me that for so long. And I was like, I don't understand why he keeps saying that. I'm not out here to sell, but I am. But yeah, it just mixes you all up. someone in MLM has genuinely believed in the model and had a skill you wanted to share with others inside the MLM community, and you thought it would help them. Right.
And then you would not make this kind of money. Yeah.
That's you
Good
sure
point,
would.
Marie. Even if someone's really invested and has all the skills,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably not going to make $25,000.
No.
They might, if they're lucky and they have a following and they can recruit a bunch of people who actually stay in.
Mm-hmm.
But chances are very slim.
Very.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Let's let her finish out.
Another minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Workshop that they were having fun and earning money at the same time, because they have stuff on automation, and that's what they're here to teach us, is how we can have fun and still earn money, like while we sleep or while we're at an 80s party.
Oh, that was literally quick. So there we go.
And they're walking now.
Yeah, that's them. It took me a second to see. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's all of them.
Yeah, there's 5. Do you want to put us beside each other now?
Yes, that they're on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Hello.
Yeah, of course they're on a beach. They got your 25,000.
Yeah. And it's sad because the people who are in an MLM are most likely already not making any money and putting their families and themselves into debt by following the instructions of their upline. And then they're sold the dream that you just need to purchase our training and then you can find success, and we'll help you cure your mental health struggles and your insecurities and your obsessive tendencies and anything connected to your brain at all will help you cure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can peel away all the layers and just beat your bed with a bat. You'll feel better. It'll all go away. That's basically what they were saying. And that's just nuts to me.
And they were just saying it so like nonchalantly too, because as I think, I always try to remember who said these things, Nomi or Emery, like nothing wrong with sharing. Because I think our conversation was very open and we were just calm and like discussing it with like the significance that it should have, right? Nothing wrong with just sharing, but there's something wrong with sharing with the intention of making money off people.
Right. So this was, I think, the comment you were kind of talking about, or was it Emery?
I think it was up a bit. It's okay. I have no idea where it is. We've had a lot of comments.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just think it's, yeah, because not even making money, but bringing people into an unethical business structure where they're destined to fail.
Yeah, unless you're really pushy, you have to be at the top. You have to be pushy. There's no other way around it. There really isn't. Most income disclosure statements would tell you that less than 1% of the reps make $25,000 in a year. You know, you're lucky if you make 25 cents. Let's just be real, because that's true. That's true. To say you can make that in a couple of months just doesn't happen. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And it's really kind of sad that lady believes that it will. So I don't know why she thought that they were so informative or whatever. I don't know how we will have to find their website and see exactly how they do, because I know that they mention in here, oh, they do free community. No, I was just looking to see where their website was, because they do have the thing listed here, but I don't know that. That's a Facebook thing.
I did a stream a long time ago on my channel looking at their website.
Okay, we'd have to find that. Yeah, because they're what you call it. Their link in the YouTube goes straight to their Facebook. So that's that. But I'm sure they have a website.
Something I don't like about MLM in general, it's connected to this. So Q Sciences helped me improve my mental health. I became a better spouse. I became a better mom. I lost weight. I'm more healthy. And then it has literally changed your life. Every aspect of your life has been changed positively because of Q Sciences. And we don't actually have any autonomy in that. Like, it's not like we actually decided to eat more fruit or something and go for walks with our kids. No, it was all Q Sciences. We don't have the ability to decide things for ourselves.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I agree.
Yeah.
You said it.
I think I'm all done. I don't think I have anything else to say. Do you?
No, but we're going to have to look more into these ladies for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this
Thank
is
you, everyone. We
Yeah,
had
this
so
was
many
so fun.
friends. Yay. Thanks, everyone. And like Nomi and Lisa and Marie and Elaine. Was Elaine here? Yeah. So
Yes,
many
yes.
people were here. So awesome.
Asia, Mr. Ranger. Yeah, I'm looking way up here. Yeah, we had
Gary.
a conversation in the Gary Curtis. I think that was his last name, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, we had a wonderful conversation, you guys. Thank you. And Julie. Oh yeah, I love this.
And we'll email again on the weekend, and we'll think of our next stream. Oh, you're welcome, Nomi.
Yes, this
Nice.
was fun. And yeah, the conversation in here was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Ranger. Oh, the dog. I just realized. Oh, that's so
Beautiful.
that's sweet. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. We try to please. We really do. We aim to please.
Oh, yes.
I guess, yeah, then, well, I have nothing else. And you?
I am good. Do you remember how to leave the stream?
I sure do.
Okay.
Finally. I'm getting really good at this.
You are.
Okay. Well, good night, everybody. And we'll let you know what the next one's going to be about. And if you have any suggestions, just, leave comments. And if there's anything specific or that you want to hear about, sure.
Love
All right.
that.
Have a wonderful week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.